news roundup on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Remember guys to like, share, comment and follow and turn on the notification bell. Today is the 26th of September 2023. So guys, the Zimbabwe's Chief Director of Strategic Communications, Presidential Communications, Office of the President and Cabinet, Dr. Mutambudzi, has labeled Journalist Hopewell as a threat to national security. He made the remarks on X, formerly Twitter, while responding to Hopewell's who had posted on the same platform saying that ZANU-PF government had failed to maintain the Beshnaf Bridge. Hopewell added, "It now takes 3 cars at a time, and at times 1 car at a time. That is the ZANU-PF legacy, comrade." Dr. Mutambudzi responded to Hopewell post accusing him of harboring deep hatred towards the ruling party. Mutambudzi claimed that Hopewell's work posed a threat to the government, state and nation as it aimed to divide citizens from the ruling party and government. He said, "Your output shows deep hatred to ZANU-PF, given that ZANU-PF is the ruling party that was mandated to form a government. Your work is also a threat to government and by implication to the state and nation. Your output seeks to put a wedge between citizens on one side and the ruling party, government and the state on the other. In summary, some of your posts, including their sum total effect, are a threat to national security." You further say that posts attacking the president were a threat to national security and warranted blocking. Mutambudzi emphasized the need for constructive criticism and progressive forces. He said, "So I see you guys being naughty, Mnotuka, you rubbish leaders, you rubbish the ruling party, you rubbish government, and you attack the state at times. We have to set a standard. If your communication is not constructive criticism and we judge that you are a detractor, you attack the president, we block. We won elections and we can't progressive forces going forward. This across official platforms. What do you do elsewhere on this platform is of no consequence. We're removing the gloves now. If you attack the president every time you post, you are a threat to national security, so we have good reason to leave you behind. You can continue with your onslaught on Twitter, but not in our developmental circles. Tongai per Twitter, we know where we taking the country to." Critics argue that such classification of individuals as threats to national security can lead to harm or persecution. Dr. Mutambudzi faced criticism for classifying Hopewell as a threat to national security. Some argue that Hopewell was holding a public officials accountable, urging Mutambudzi to give evidence to invalidate Hopewell's claims instead of labeling him a security threat. So guys, that's the latest here. That's the latest. And inyaya yekushora hurumende, inyaya yekutaura zviri kunetsa munyika. And so according to Dr. Mutambudzi, the man is saying that Hopewell haana chakanaka chekutaura pamusoro pehurumende yaMnangagwa. I mean, I do follow the man. I would say 70% of his posts are on point. Of course, Muno Nyama, I will give him 30%. Zanangari biased, and 30%, I would still think that sometimes he becomes so biased. But 70%, he always on point. He always talk about ima cancer machine, ima radiotherapy machines. I mean, inyaya dzokutoti kana usina hama yakamborwara yakamira kuparanyatwa vakasvika vakanzi hatina mushonga kana kuti hatina machine yekuti tikwanise kuscreena cancer, ndopanonzwisisa kuti aiwa hapana kwatiri kuenda. And so what he is saying is something which is actually happening on the ground, because vanemari they can afford to take their relatives kuma private hospitals, even to South Africa, because they can afford. But kana usina mari kuendesa hama yako ku private hospital, unotomuendesa kuparanyatwa hospital, wosvika ikoko wonzi here's the list of things that we need, hatina zvinhu izvi, ende munotenga panze apo. Unoona kuti pacho pari kunzi uende unotenga anenge achida ma-US dollars, and inenge iri mari yakawanda. Saka you want to save your relative, you have to buy those things, otherwise munhu anotofa zveshuwa wakagara paparanyatwa pabench. So these are one of the main examples that the men always talk about. Nyaya maternity and maternity wards, kuti since 1980 hatina kana maternity wards atakambovaka acho aripo acho amwacho haasitomboshanda akavhara kudhara akavakwa naIan Smith. I mean, this is something which is real, like it's real, it's the reality on the ground. I think I debate nothing about it, and the government needs to look at it and say, okay, what can we do to improve my service deliveries, especially panyaya yezvipatara, because we all use hospitals one way or another. Tese tinorwara, hapana munhu asingarware, but chakasiyana ndechekuti vane mari they can afford my private doctors, my private clinics, private hospitals. Isusu tisina mari, my public hospitals, public clinics ndokwatinoenda tichikudzonza hatina mishonga, hatina manesi, hatina madokta. Zvese zviripo dzimwe nguva pane pasina ma-specialized machines anenge adiwa kuti akwanise kunge achikubatsira panguva idzodzo. And saka nyaya dziri serious, nyaya yeBashnav Bridge, which is the talking point here, nyaya which we did talk about it here also on this channel 2 years ago, kuti that bridge needs to be serviced. It needs to be serviced because trains dziri kuita macrack from one side to another side. That's why muzonzi ari kupfuura motikari 1 at a time, dzongwa 2 at a time. Saka which means kuti kana kune mota iri kubva uko ichienda uko inombomira, yoko yombopfuura first, yoko yozouya, andika yoko yombomira because pane bomb gate riripo. That bomb gate is not supposed to be there in the first place because it's a bridge. Why do you have a bomb gate per bridge? It's because when I was trying by all means to monitor motikari dzinenge dzichipfuura from one place to another place. Saka this is something that the government needs to look into it. So Hopewell is the person who always point out panenge pachitadza kuonekwa nehurumende. I mean, the opposition political parties are supposed to be held accountable because ndovangu vari supposed kunge vachipusha hurumende, vachipusha government iripo, ndobasa ravo, not journalists. You know, that's why tine political parties, opposition political parties, that are supposed to be talking about these issues because do the main opposition political parties or do opposition political parties, the ministers who are responsible for this kind of infrastructure to maintain, they're supposed to be held accountable. And but in Zimbabwe, we know kuti kana yangu ya elections nogwa yatinoona opposition political parties abashinja achibudikira from nowhere vachitaura but kana yasvika yangu iyi yekuti vakwanise kunge vachibudikira vachitaura zvanonga vachitaura hativaona vachitaura vanenge variziye zvavo usabudikira after 5 years vauda kuti tivavhotere zvakare. And so Hopewell is doing the job which is supposed to be done by opposition political parties, not just Triple C only, because tine almost like 100 plus vatinawo, and ivavo vari supposed kunge vachitaura nyaya idzi paTwitter, vachitaura nyaya idzi mastreets kuti hurumende uonaika Bashnav Bridge yakudonha muri kupi, poitwa action kuti kwanisa kuitwa action. So guys, this is weekly news roundup. So kuti Hopewell is a national threat, I don't think it's the right word to use, but we all know kuti they feel threatened every time he tweets because he's one of the most followed journalists in Africa. Every time he tweets, people always like, people always retweet those tweets. Saga, it's something which unsettle the current regime. He always talks negative about the current regime. And so guys, ngati in the comment section. This is weekly news roundup on Prince Milan TV. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and follow, and turn on the notification bell. Let's go.